From backyard Barbies to volunteer halls, you can hear that spirit in the weekend calls. Doesn't take gold, just a soul that cares. They're doing good stuff everywhere.
I love that.
What?
That
song?
theme.
It's good, isn't it? Artificial intelligence
Absolutely
comes
love
through
it.
again. Yes, indeed. We are celebrating people who do good stuff, and the man who's sitting in the studio with us will introduce it by saying, no, not that one. His name is Tim Watson.
The other one.
Yeah, Tim is representing the organisation called Spoke to a Bloke. Now, we're going to let you use the word bloke. We haven't trademarked it yet. But Tim, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, gents. Thanks for having me.
Okay, there's a really obvious question, Rob. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Have you ever been to Dimboola?
No, I have not, but I have met
No,
him.
that wasn't the obvious question. No. I was thinking more along the lines of, who the blazes has spoke to a bloke? That was the question I was going to run with.
Yeah, so Spoke to a Bloke's a charitable organisation that started up by the founders. They started the Spoke to a Bloke because they lost their brother, Nick, who took his own life. And so they, as I said, their theory was that we can sit around and do nothing, which is perfectly fine in that situation, or they can do something. And so they started the organisation. Nick, I think, had organised a walk for all his mates one day, and they did a walk in Sydney. And then when they started the organisation, they thought actually a walk for a bloke would be a good idea, good way to raise some funds that they could channel into men's mental health. And so it grew from there. And the Walk for a Bloke is just one of their events that they do run, but it's certainly one of their biggest and probably one of their most meaningful ones, I think, as well.
How long has the organisation been going?
That's probably got me on the trot.
The correct answer is quite a few years.
Quite a few years, yeah, absolutely.
So it's not,
I think
it's not,
so.
It's not a new organisation.
I do agree, yeah. So, and then that the story of them and the way that they started resonated with me and my family. Our story is that we lost our son Levi in 23. And so it resonated with me and my wife and our other two boys. So we thought we'd get involved. Again, we're a bit of that, we can either sit around and in our grief, or we can do something. So we find it better for us to be able to handle that by getting out there and getting involved. And so that's why we went and did the walk in Melbourne last year. Loved the vibe, loved the conversations that we had, and we thought, well, let's try and run one in Geelong.
So when I spoke to your ops manager the other day, Beck, up in Sydney, she said to me, "Oh, you need to talk to our Geelong coordinator." That says to me that there's obviously a Melbourne coordinator, a Geelong coordinator.
Yeah.
How many coordinators around Australia? Is it all over Australia?
I think it is. Yep, it's all over the world. So there's almost 30 locations. So there's, I think, 26 in Australia, and then there's Milan in South Africa, there's New Zealand, there's the UK, there's Switzerland. So there's walks all over the world. Some are bigger than others, obviously. Some have small numbers, some have quite large numbers. But I think all up, they're looking at nearly getting 3,000 men walking on the same day, which is amazing. Yeah.
The numbers sadly suggest that the tide isn't turning rapidly in this space, and there's a lot of organisations, there's more starting, and I love the work that each and every one of them does. There's another one called Conquer the Corrugations, which we've spoken to each year, and they've got another local walk on the 28th of March coming up, and we keep doing the right thing, but are we going to, do you feel we're going to turn the tide eventually?
Yeah, I know. It's I think we'll minimise it. Whether you ever get those numbers to zero, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think that we're getting better at it. But I think that we just got to keep working on the next generation and the next generation and the one after that. You know, it's probably something that I would never have thought of quite years ago. But now, obviously, having have that lived experience and stuff that I want to be better with my sons, and I want to be better with my father and also my mates. I think we are getting better at that, and I think that we've just got to. It's just something that we've just got to keep doing. And you're right. There's amazing organisations out there in Geelong. There's some fantastic ones. The Wandering Man. I've met all those guys. Fantastic. It's a great organisation that I do some stuff with. The Shaka Project in Geelong, in Torquay, sorry. But they do a lot of stuff in football clubs and that sort of thing. And we've just got to get into those and just keep getting that message out. And yeah, I don't ever see a time where you can ever stop it, but we've just got to try and reduce it.
Yeah,
I
think at this particular stage, from having experience in this space, lived experience, like you were saying, you have a different view of things, and you start to sense. And at this particular stage, with what's going on the other side of the world and the obvious effect it's having immediately here, just on a simple thing that it's going to cost you $40 more to fill your car, and if you haven't got $40 spare, and you've got a family, you've got people expecting you to provide, and you can't, if you're on the edge already, they're the sort of things that can make a difference. So this, at this time, is never been more important of people being able to say, well, hang on, what am I going to do here? Sometimes just a conversation is enough.
It is enough, and just also that ability to take a breath. I think sometimes it can swing your decision from what, if you can just have a moment, and you're right, if there's just a conversation where you can just ring your mate and say, I just need a chat, or I'm not feeling great, or just anything like that. And if that, and I agree, the pressures outside are so great, that, the courage, I think, just to ring someone, and have that, take that first little leap. It's it's awkward, but if you've got the courage to do that, I think it can make a world of difference.
And the other thing I've found dealing with a lot of experiences in life, sometimes you think it's only happening to me. Just knowing that someone else, and I suppose even going through your own lived experience, when you think, oh my God, why me? But there's other families, and I suppose if you connect with those people, then you have, well, actually, yes, it's happened to me as well, and I did this, and that helped.
Yeah.
All of those conversations are
important. And you'll be surprised on the walk that I did last year with the conversations, not only with my group that were there, the conversations that I had with other people I had no idea about, I had never met, obviously. They were some of the most important, because I'd had a conversation with a guy that had been through the same and quite in the same situation as I was, and you kind of it does make you feel a bit better that there are men out there dealing with the same issues and just trying to get through each day, and just having those conversations is certainly really important.
So the walk is on next Saturday.
Yeah,
which is why we shuffle things around to get you in today.
Yeah.
If people want to come along, and this is not about because you're in crisis. This is about blokes getting together and having a walk.
Yeah.
We've spoken to our friends at Right Mate, for example. They do this on a Saturday morning.
Yep.
How can people get involved to be involved in next week's walk? Because we haven't got a lot of time on that.
Yeah, no, so certainly they can just get onto the website, spoketoabloke.org. They can sign up that way. We can probably arrange some sort of sign up on the day. That'd be no problem. And come down. We start.
Where's it happening?
So we start in Cardinia Park. Mm-hmm. So on the website there's a map and all that sort of stuff. But essentially we start at Cardinia Park, just next to the swimming pool. Walk around through Mallet Street, because that's where the coffee shops are, and then back up and over a hill, and then most of it's all up and down along the river up to Finesford, down the Broke.
And presumably there's no cost involved?
Only when you sign up.
Okay.
Yeah, for the organisation,
Yeah.
you sign up.
Okay,
to do
sorry,
the
yes,
walk.
yes.
So there is.
So there's no
that
cost, but there's a donation to the organisation.
Yeah, effectively, it's a
Yeah,
donation.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So and then we end up at the Cremorne Hotel at the end. That's the finish point. So,
Yeah, so-
they've been great, and
Billy will be able to give you a wave, will he? Is he still running that?
yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be busy with footy, but
That's a long way.
it's 25k.
Yeah.
So it's no one's got a GPS tracker on them, so it's okay. Don't people go, I can't walk 25k? That's totally fine. Like
Yeah,
it's
cut
not
a
a drama.
few shortcuts along
Yeah,
the way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
if you look at the map and find a time, well, I can pop in here.
Yep.
And I can get to there, or I'll do the second
yeah,
half.
come and join in. Yep.
I like the coffee shop idea, or I like the Cremorne Hotel idea, but I haven't got 25 in me. But there's a segment there I can get involved in.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you come down and even just sign up early, we start at about 7:15. Rego's from about 6:30 onwards, and then you can either start, do a bit, have a rest, meet us at the end, whatever you like. It's totally fine. And it'd be great to see as many men and fathers and uncles and brothers and sons and stuff.
Yeah, of course, a lot of them be walking along with AirPods in because they'll be listening to the Two Blokes Chatting radio
course they
show on
will, yes.
94.7.
They should
Hey,
be.
Tim, thanks for coming in and telling us your story. Really important story. As we have done a couple of times today, let me just give a couple of numbers out in case this has triggered something with you. The first one is Beyond Blue, 1300. Of course, don't you love it when your phone does that to you? 1300 22 46 36. Or the other option, of course, if it's more urgent, is Lifeline at 131114. Spoke to a bloke.org is the website. Tim Watson is the man. Thanks for coming in, Tim.
No,
and
thanks for having me.
I hope everything goes really well next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
Really good work.